Hey, how you doing guys? It's me, I'm back, and I am coming at you using my Soft Glam Anastasia palette for the first time. But first I'm just priming my face using the Makeup Revolution baking oil, and then to do my eyes I go in with I think this one is by Lancome. It was a gift, but obviously you can use concealer, a really thick one, or any kind of eye primer. I heard the NYX one is quite good as well. Then finally touching that for the first time, it looked so fresh there on that intro, but I'm just using the lightest shade all over my eyelid. It goes on so smoothly. You don't really need that much, and it's just perfect. And then the shade that I'm using is Orange Soda, and that's just kind of like a first transition shade before I kind of warm it up with, I think it's Burnt Orange, which personally I totally love. It literally is a burnt orange. It comes out on me more orange than anything else, which I love even more because I just have this thing about oranges and reds. They're my favorite colors. So I'm just using that as a second transition shade. I really liked it, so I think I kind of layered it a bit more before using Sienna to go in on the outer C area of my eye, just to deepen up kind of my eyes, give them a bit more definition and depth. And the brush that I'm using, which I love for doing kind of the shading in that kind of area, is this one by Makeup Revolution actually, and it's really good for precision. That kind of shape is slightly thicker, so it's not really good for your kind of micro definition. For that I use my detailing brush, which I'm using now. It's my Sarah Artistry, and I swear by a brush shape like this, like if you really want to have your look come out extra defined, using a brush like this shape is just, it's changed my life. As you know, I've been kind of doing my certification with makeup with Sarah Artistry anyway, so I do have their brushes, but I absolutely love that brush. I'm not actually using concealer there. That is the lightest shade from the ABH palette. I just went over it again just to kind of blend it a bit better, and before putting on a shimmer shade. I think the one that I used was Glistening, because it's kind of like a goldy rose gold kind of shade. And then what I did was I took my Sarah Artistry fluffy brush and I just went all the way around my eyes just to blend it and to smooth it and to just give it that really nice kind of gradient. Then I go in with just a kohl eyeliner. This one is the HD one by Makeup Revolution. I get really watery eyes, so I do have to be a little bit more careful with my liner, just because the minute I even go near my eyes, it will kind of, my eyes will slightly water and it will go everywhere. So having kind of a waterproof eyeliner can really help me, and I found this one, it holds really well. Then I'm using an upside down liner to go over it. That one that I just showed you, that was actually a Too Faced one, which I'm loving at the moment. And then I popped on my lashes off camera before doing the inner corners with the shade Fairy. Now that my eyes are done, onto my face, and first I'm doing a little bit of color correction. I use green from the Freedom color corrector concealer before using C13 Conceal and Define from the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define range to balance up any imperfections on my skin. And then I just go over with my favorite Mina foundation. I believe I'm the shade 219 in Mina foundation. I absolutely love this one. It has a skin-like finish, so it's somewhere between dewy and matte. It's not too matte for my skin, so I don't look kind of unhuman, because I definitely look like someone that should have a slight sheen to my skin, but at the same time it's not so dewy that I look like I've been on summer holiday. I just absolutely love this foundation, and it is super affordable, so I definitely would recommend you check it out if you can. The beauty blender that I'm using is by Eco Tools. I really like the shape of it. It's kind of it's kind of like a teardrop. I know all of them are, but it's flat at the top, so basically when I do my under eyes, or if I want to cut my contour, then it's really good because it has a straight line on the opposite side. But I'm just using the bottom at the moment to apply a second layer of foundation to my face. I kind of pat it in really quickly around my face as opposed to smearing it, just because I find that the finish is a lot better that way. Then I'm gonna highlight the areas that I want highlighting. So for me it's my under eyes. I did do the corners of my mouth just because I felt like they were a bit dull that day, and I have no idea why. I don't usually. And then I go in with a brush to actually smooth it out. I know sometimes people use blenders and stuff, but I found if you have done your makeup already, especially around your eyes, sometimes using a brush can be a little bit easier, and then you can always go over with a blender afterwards, a beauty blender or whatever you have to hand. But I do like using a brush. I just find that if you use both together, it comes out a lot better in terms of finish. Once I'm happy with all of that, I go ahead and set with some loose translucent powder. This one is from Mina. I really like it. I like using it particularly when I use the foundation and the setting spray. I do find that using them all together, they've obviously made it so they complement one another, so it does last a lot longer and the finish seems to be a lot better. Am I the only person that bounces when they do like their contour or anything to do with their cheeks? Like, I've noticed I just did it on camera as well. But I'm using a Real Techniques brush to do my contour. I believe I was using the Too Faced, I think it's like Bronze Soleil. It smells like chocolate and it's really good when you put it on. And then I'm going in with the Milani blush, which I only just recently opened. It's so pretty and beautiful and it looks nice on as well. And then I'm using my Sarah Artistry brush and some Milani pressed powder just to wipe off any excess loose powder on my T-zone area, under my eyes and below my contour. I went over with a second coat of mascara just on my lower lashes before going in with the most beautiful highlighter and the latest one to my collection, and it's absolutely stunning. Someone suggested to me I use this completely dry and you can see how it comes out. It is like white sand on a deserted beach. It is absolutely beautiful, I must say. However, someone suggested I use it wet, so I think I'm going to do another video using it wet. Let me know what you think. For lips, I am just topping up with the Chauffeur lip liner and lipstick by Makeup Revolution, and that is the finished look. Hopefully you like it. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you on the next video.